All right. Hey guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my nighttime routine, and I've put out a video talking about how I've been switching up my skincare a little bit, and I'm trying to get more into a maintenance zone now, whereas the past couple of years I've been doing things a little more proactive because I was trying to basically resurface my skin and try to mitigate a lot of the sun damage that I've had in my past, in addition to other damage that I've had to my skin that has actually been pretty severe. And the most recent thing that I did to my skin that really damaged it, and I had quite a few things before that too, was the frostbite. And when I got the frostbite on my face, that was actually really bad. And I had issues for a few years and I thought it was going to be permanent, but it is still getting better and better and better all the time. And it is actually, I would say it's like 90% better. Like it has just gotten drastically better. And the worst part was my nose, and it was bad on my cheeks too, but my nose got the worst of it. And that was where I had the most trouble. And I started going really heavy, really aggressively with the zinc bombs. And you guys know I love this one too. I alternate between all of these. And it made the most significant difference when I started to use them like aggressively. Although aggressive isn't really the term, but I was using them a lot versus just using them like, once a week or twice a week. I started using them all the time, and it has made such a huge difference. So my skin is actually significantly better, and I've always had really, really sensitive skin, but I find it's actually not getting worse. It seems to be getting like a little bit better. So that's a really good thing. And I just wanted to share with you. So I have been minimizing my routine. So I no longer get up every morning and use my cloth with the warm water, because I use a very gentle cloth, my 100% cotton flannel. I am only doing warm water now. And then after my warm water, I let that, kind of dry down. I do my little rose water, and then I go in with my animal fats. I've been taking a break from plant oils because when I use them too often, my skin does start to get a little bit, just a little bit, because again, I do have very, very sensitive skin, and plant oils do contain lots of chemicals. There's lots of chemicals in there, and my skin is hypersensitive. So I've just been sticking with the animal fats, but I am going to be adding in a little bit of jojoba and a tiny, tiny bit of a really, really high quality olive oil. We're going to see how my skin does with that. So that's kind of the next thing that I'm going to start moving back into. And I just removed my mineral powder because I was at a graduation party today. I know it's the end of August, but they had a lot going on, so just went to that today. And I did have a little mineral powder on, so I did remove it. And you guys know I don't use cleansers on my skin. I only use oil. So I used a little bit of my animal fats, removed my face powder, and then I went back in again with my rose spray, my balm, my face balm, and I went in mixing my sunscreens. I wear them day and night, and this is the Badger in sunflower oil, Badger in coconut oil, and this is the silkiest, softest formula. It is absolutely gorgeous. I actually do very well with coconut oil on my skin. Again, you just gotta know what works for you and find things that work for you. Sunflower oil seems to be a little more universally well tolerated, I guess is the word. Coconut oil, some people don't do great with coconut oil on their skin. I mix them together, and for me it is just absolutely perfect. And I did throw some on tonight. It's part of my nighttime routine. I don't do it every single night now because I'm, again, just I'm just trying to get into like a maintenance zone. And I'm just someone who doesn't want to do my skin all the time. And it's not good to do your skin all the time because your skin has to have time to self-regulate and just do its own thing. And if you are constantly doing stuff to your skin, then you're getting out of, you're getting it out of its own natural homeostasis. So I'm always trying to do that balance, and it's a balancing act for sure. And when I don't wear mineral powder, I don't really do much to my skin at all. It's when I wear mineral powder, I have to remove it. And then when I remove it, I am going to go in and make sure that I, really make up for the fact that I just, had to do all of that to my skin. So I try to temper it. And I try to be very gentle with my skin. I don't like to do anything aggressive to my skin. Everything I do is super old school, super gentle. So I treat my skin very, very gently. So the zinc balms are amazing. And if you have older skin like I do, it's great. It has so many healing qualities to it. If you've suffered a lot of sun damage like I did, I also suffered from really severe glycolic acid chemical burns on my skin when I was in my 20s, which was really disheartening because I had worked for Amory Borland. I've talked about this in my videos. Amory Borland was a more natural skin brand. How natural? I'm not a chemist, although I do have a background in science. I was a science major and I've had chemistry, but I don't specialize in that. I don't specialize in toxicology. I don't specialize in any of those things. But the brand used a lot of natural ingredients. I loved their products. I did. I have to say, I did love their products, and I did use them for a brief period of time. Eventually I ended up just starting making my own stuff, but I did use them and I really loved them, and they were really gentle on my skin. And then I was getting married and I thought that I would use some glycolic acids. I just thought, you know what? I've had a lot of sun damage to my skin. I think I'm going to just maybe experiment with this a little bit. And because I was in the natural skincare world, I didn't work as an esthetician in a commercial place, so I wasn't used to all of that stuff. And at the time, we didn't have the internet the way, we do now, and I just was dumb. And I was under the advice of an esthetician, and I wasn't going for facials or anything, but I talked with her and, wanted to explore the products and whatever. So I was using them exactly as instructed, and it burnt the shit out of my face. It was actually horrifying. It was really scary and really bad. I had second-degree burns on my face, and it was terrible. And the damage that it did and the length of time that it took me to heal it was absolutely crazy. But looking at my skin now, like, this was back in my 20s, and I'm pushing 60 now. But the damage was so bad, and the worst damage was around this part of my face, and I literally looked like a clown. And this is when I said, again, I am absolutely a Jane Iredale Amazing Base diehard fan, because I have been using her products for so long. And once I discovered the mineral powders, I started off using the Aveda pressed powder because I could tap it around and I could kind of cover it up. And then when she came out with the Amazing Base, I started using that. And again, I would use it to cover up this red face that I had. It was absolutely terrible. And, it never felt good. Even water stung it. It was a crazy time in my life. Like, I kid you not. It was like, it took a long time to heal that. And then my skin was doing pretty good. And then about 7 or 8 years ago, I don't know how long, maybe 10 now, I don't know, like about 8 years ago, I think, I ended up getting really bad frostbite on my face. And it, like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, my face has taken such a hit. It has taken such a beating over the years. So I am definitely proactive, And for the last chunk of several years, I've been very proactive, and I've been trying to kind of mitigate and neutralize a lot of the damage that I've suffered from the past. And I feel like it's done such a good job, and now I'm just like going back to my minimal skincare, because I was doing minimal before, and then I was being a lot more proactive, and I've kind of shared part of that journey with you guys on YouTube. And now I'm kind of going back to doing less, like less is more kind of thing, because my skin is really stable now. And because I have a background in skincare, been doing it my whole adult life, and I've helped a lot of people. I like to share it. I like to share it with people. I didn't go the commercial route, or the conventional commercial route, because I just didn't like the things that they were doing. It never made sense to me. And when I would learn about skin physiology, and I would learn about how the skin worked, and all of that, and then I'm looking at all of the modern stuff that people are doing, I'm like, that stuff is just stupid. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, absolutely nothing. I am not going to be putting that shit on people's faces for a living. Like, absolutely not. And why I did the glycolic acid, I don't know. I guess I was just having a moment. Like, oh, maybe it'll resurface, maybe it'll really help my skin from all the sun damage and, all of that stuff. And what a mistake. What a mistake that was. And I know now they're not as strong as they were back then, but they're not good for your skin. Even in low doses, they're still not good for your skin. And I've done a lot of videos on this, and I've talked about why. I've talked about skin physiology and what happens when you mess with it. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and then you end up robbing the whole village to pay Paul. And yeah, you've got the whole zombie cell thing, which the more you fuck with your skin, the more you're stressing your skin, and it has to work harder, which means those cells are going to start dying faster, and they're going to start going into that cellular senescence mode faster. So it's not a good idea to fuck with your skin too much. Less is more if you want to go the distance. It's one thing if you're looking for the quick fix, but if you want to go the distance, take care of your skin. Be really gentle. And zinc oxide is one of my favorite beauty ingredients. Okay, it's old school. Back in the day, I was using the Weleda butt cream. Back in the day, it's really old school. There's nothing new about it. People putting diaper cream on their face. This is old school. And dermatologists didn't come up with it. Estheticians didn't come up with it. Okay, this is stuff that we've been doing, and people before me, the people that I learned from, right? The people that I learned from, this is all old school stuff, and it works. And it's still around because it works. And unfortunately, people are using it today to help mitigate all the crap that they're doing to their skin because of all the modern skincare stuff, it's just terrible for your skin. It's just, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what a dermatologist says or an esthetician says, because they are forgetting what they learned in skin physiology. When you learn skin physiology and you understand it about mitochondria, telomeres, skin cellular senescence, zombie cells, and what happens when your skin is under a chronic low level of a stress load, and what that actually does to your skin over time, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. And it's not creating healthier skin. It's the illusion of healthier skin. And there's a big difference. The fact that they're leaving out the word illusion is really misleading. It's not creating healthier skin. It's stressing your skin out. Your skin is actually working overtime. That's not what healthy skin is, okay? That's stressed out skin. I don't want stressed out skin. So I treat my skin very gently, all right? Signing out.